Jaye.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Jaye is here today to grace our PDOIS 2021 Congress. Why is Mr. Jaye here? Jaye.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee of DOI for this successful and wonderful Congress. And also would like to congratulate the leadership, particularly the speeches made by Halifa Saleh and Mr. Jatta. I think they were wonderful, and they actually pointed out, what the country needs and what, based on the principles of the party. I am particularly here to grace the occasion as a special guest, invited by Halifa as a special guest. And the reason why that happened is I actually want to be a member of the DOI party, because after looking at the situation in this country and I've been busy examining and evaluating all the parties that are actually within this country. And I think the only hope for the future for this country is DOI. And the reason why I say that is DOI that actually expresses the major problem, fundamental problem of this country, and what kind of leadership is needed and what kind of programs is needed to really rejuvenate this country. And the reason why I say that is because I could see the combination of good leadership that is summed up in DOI's activity. Good leadership is the lifeblood of any country and of any organization and of any party. And a good leader has to have that passion. That leader has to have the passion, it has to have the creativity, and it has to have the innovation in order to implement what will be regarded as the common good for society. And that is what DOI is after. For them to do that, they want to first of all educate people to understand that they have the power. They have the power, and they are the ones who can determine how this country is run, rather than leaving every decision to the aristocrat, so-called aristocrat, or politicians who are out only for selfless gain. So the characteristics of leadership I have noticed is absolutely within the DOI policies, and that is a solid character in all its forms of leadership. There is that solid character where the aim is actually to make decisions and the right decisions for the people. And rather than having other leaders where they can prevaricate or either get confused or they would have other intentions. The second characteristic is sincere intentions. And the sincere intention is about leaving a legacy, but a legacy that will, that is producing ideas and massive productivity that will impact on people. And the third characteristic is having that grand vision. A leadership without grand vision, that is thinking, base your work on ideas that will impact on people and uplift poverty of people, that leadership is not a leadership, and it's not for the people. And looking at this and examining all these characteristics that we need in this country, I think it's with DOI. That's what I'm convinced about. And I was quite impressed today with how Halifa has taken this into context and actually, want to leave everything for the decision. For the people to decide, and that I think is the way forward for this country. To sum it up, I want to say that people are actually looking for leadership in this country, and people are searching for it. And I think many people will see it in the name of DOI eventually. DOI has to be now very aggressive in their campaign and have to be very aggressive in actually convincing people that we need a system change. Without a system change, this country will not move ahead. And this is why DOI is, I think, getting more popular.
Mr. If I will get you, tend to tell me that you have do a thorough study of the Gambian politics prior to making this decision, and after your thorough investigation, you find out DOI is the solution. But many will say that most of you has inspired so many people. Why not Mr. Gay create his own political party rather than joining established? Because most of these people, we see them when they come, they rather go in and create their own political party. But you trying to join the system that you believe is already in place that could lead us to a Gambia that we all yearn for.
And that is what is positive. Creating individuals party is not the solution. And most of the parties that are being created, the numerous parties that are created, they are just copying and pasting manifestos. And it's all common. Whatever manifestos you read, you find that commonness in their manifestos. It's just a question of really copying and pasting, you know. And that suggests that they either are creating their parties for their own selfish reasons or interests, rather than looking at what is the party in existence that can potentially deliver the majority of our people from poverty. That is the key question. If you don't see it, then maybe one can decide that, look, I better just start thinking about it. But I can see it in DOI. I can see that DOI is a party that is selfless, that is ready to actually help this country out of poverty. And, you know, and that's the party also that is interested in good governance. And that is why they are now, I mean, after the regime change, they are now advocating for system change. And so if I don't think I can create a party that can deliver anything better than what DOI is now doing. And besides, DOI for 30 years have been very principled to ensure that they actually remain in their objectives and their mission. And the mission is they want the people to understand what they want, and they want to go along with the people in what they want in order to uplift themselves from poverty. I think for 30 years, if these people have invested their time, their knowledge, and their life to really educate people, to say that, look, you have the power, but you also have to define what you want. And by defining what you want, you should be able to elect the right leaders to really govern you. I think it just makes sense that you join that kind of a people. You know, most people in politics go into politics as a way of making their money. In Africa, this is what our major problem is. This is why Africa is not developing. And so I'm not a trained politician, but I think politics should interest everybody. I'm a scientist. I've spent 25 years doing my scientific research, but I think politics should interest everybody, because the future of our children depends on good leadership in politics. And if we don't have that good leadership, the country deteriorates, and the future of our children and grandchildren would deteriorate. So I don't have to go for selfish interest or for self-interest by looking for a party because I want to yearn for to be a leader. No, I want to look for something that will deliver this country, you know, from poverty, and for our majority of our people to have a future in life.
Thank you. It cannot be better said, and we are saying welcome to PDOIS. We are together in this, and so you have the blessings of we, the young people, who will be there in any service that you want us to render for the system change that we are all yearning. We will be there. And once again, congratulations.
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.